What's up, guys? So this video, I'm just going to talk about what my alliance is doing for All-Stars. So we just had our first round of Battle of Constantinople, and I put out an email a few days ago, give my guys a few days to digest it, but a way to feed someone points on my team. So these are the results. This is pretty good. So basically, the way it looks for Continent 6 right now is you're going to have to get 20,000 points or higher in order to qualify for Major League Battlefields. You're going to have to do that all 4 rounds. So I put out an email about a way we could, I'll go through that email after showing the score here, a way we could feed points to the next highest person in our alliance. He's K40, we got some other K39s. He's also the second highest power, but basically I sent out an email like, hey, last All-Stars, I qualified for Major League. I'm always going to be able to qualify for Major League. Like, what we should work on now is getting our next, biggest person also qualified for Major League. Unfortunately, I looked at, there's some spreadsheets and numbers out for with the continent changes, approximately what you'd have to score to get into Major League. I was like, hey, what we should work on now is get a second person on our team qualified for Major League. Once we accomplish that, this All-Stars, the next All-Stars, we'll try to figure out a way we can get 3 people qualified for Major League. So this is huge, the 21,000 points. We've never had anyone on my team ever score 20,000 points or more. So we accomplished our goal for the first round of Battle of Constantinople. So I feel pretty good about that. We'll see how that pans out, and I'll just go through the email. Maybe you're in a similar situation as me. Maybe you're the only person on your team that can qualify for Major League. I'll just go through this email of the ideas to get points to someone. Let's see. Okay. Feeding Jade points for All-Stars. Alright, so box coming up. Last All-Stars I qualified, so now we should work on someone else qualifying. Jade will be the person. Already said all that. Let me just go through the ways to feed points. So heals, we want to let the guy, like if your guy, the more troops you have or the more troops you can get back, the more points you can get, right? The more attacks you can make. So let him be the initial occupier on all of the hospitals, getting the resource buffs. If you get a 50% personal heal, you don't have to use it for 5 minutes. So if you get the personal heal, go make a bunch of solo attacks. Like, if we're winning by a bunch of amount, like, it doesn't even matter, like, if it's a bad power exchange. Go make a bunch of solo attacks until you're almost zeroed, then use the 50% buff, right? Occupations. So, like, at some point in the battle, the entire map's going to be blue with only a couple of buildings red. If everything's going as planned. We've won, this is like the 11th block we've won in a row. So we have usually pretty favorable matchups, and at some point in the match, whether it's 20 minutes in or 40 minutes in, like, the other team has just given up on, like, occupying buildings, or there's only like a couple left of them doing that. So at one point, whatever point the map's virtually all blue, let him be the initial occupier of all buildings. Counters, we did a lot of this during this match. So, like, scouting buildings with troops. There's one K40 just leaving troops in every building. let him make all the counter attacks to the counter type of troop, in the buildings. Killing blow, like if you get to the point where anyone's almost zero, try to let him get the killing blow. Usually there's a huge power exchange at the end, or a couple of them. Reinforcements. So basically, he can reinforce multiple people, get more points. Healing himself. Those were team efforts, the first 5. Healing himself, he might want to use some heals so he gets some troops back. End of the battle, he needs to, if there's anyone on the enemy team with any troops left whatsoever, he just needs to attack them over and over again until he's virtually almost zeroed himself. So anyways, this is our first match of trying to feed someone points. And I put out a goal of they need to get 20,000 points. We were able to do that, so that feels good. He responded, I'm not fully prepared yet, but I'll get better and better. I'll try harder. Thank you so much, Matt. Hey, that's the fucking attitude I'm looking for. I mean, he's our second highest power guy. He's K40. No one else is K40. That's whoever it was going to be. That's the exact attitude I'm looking for. Hey, I'm working to get better. Fucking awesome. Like as the alliance leader, right? Like that's exactly what I want to hear. So I talked about that. Anyone on a team in a similar situation, you got one guy qualified for major league, no one else is. Maybe you can recommend those ideas to your team or have them watch the video or something. Next, I want to talk about they finally changed the cultural city to 6 continents. It's finally 6 continents. Look at this. 1451 and up is continent 6 now. Fuck yeah. Man, we're 1468. We barely made continent 6. It's going to be so much easier now. So this is the second day. So look, there's only 10 people that have bought 10 packages or more on the second day. So it's like, it's not even 12 hours into the second day. But look at this. Like this is extremely low amount of spending compared to where it was before, because it was like 1152 and up. It's like 700 something servers in continent 5. So they finally changed it. But this subsidy shit. Like the subsidy is not much better than the subsidy is not that much better than like a fully spectacled like Korea. I don't know. I wouldn't be spending to get it. But another thing interesting is sometimes it's 25 and sometimes it's 30. This one's 25, so it's even easier to get. So you could do, everybody spends the most on the first day. So you could get top 100 to get 5 fragments. Or maybe it's even top 200, give 5. I think it's top 200, give 5. Where does it show that? Here, right? Top 200 to give 5. So you get top 200 the first day, and then top 50 the next 2 days, and probably get it. So I'm gonna try to acquire one on the next large event, because I'm gonna do the cake, and I might compete to get rank 2 castle. So since I'm already gonna be doing like more than 20 packs, I might be able to pick up a red subsidy for an additional like 10 packs. It depends how good the red sub is. If it's not much better than a fully spectacled like gold subsidy, I won't go after it. But yeah, so that's all I want to talk about. What we're doing for Bach. and the new historic sub for Continent 6, the changes. That's huge. I've been waiting for them to do that for a while. And notice the numbers don't match the numbers for Battle of Constantinople, All Stars Toulons. I'm glad 1468 ain't on Continent 5 yet, man. I want to be on Continent 6 for as long as possible. Shit, Continent 5 is fucking rough. I want to be able to easily obtain a few All-Star Dragons and hopefully some All-Star Castles before they shift my server to Continent 5. Alright, anyways, that's the whole video, guys. Thanks a lot.